From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with the short-term forecast and video discussion issued on Monday, June 30th. Well, after a stormy first half of the weekend, residents of the Lower Susquehanna Valley, southeastern PA, and northern Maryland enjoyed a break in the stormy weather yesterday. Skies turned out mostly sunny Sunday afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s, so it was still rather hot and humid, but at least it turned out dry. Heat indices were back in the upper 90s yesterday afternoon, and much like yesterday, June is going to conclude on a hot and humid note today, and July is also going to be rather warm and humid for the start of the month. Unfortunately, those showers and thunderstorms are also going to come back today and tomorrow before drier and slightly less humid conditions return on Wednesday. Without further ado, let me start by taking a look at our daily climatology. I'm expecting a high of 90 degrees this afternoon at Millersville University, and if that number is reached, then we will have seen 90+ degree days this month. Today's normal high is 85 degrees with a normal low of 62. This morning's low of 72 was way above average and also way above the record low of 45 set in 1923. Today's record high was 100 degrees set in 1964. Taking a look at the sky cam from the John Wright restaurant looking east across the Susquehanna River into Lancaster County, you'll notice those hazy skies out there, so common in the summer months. Also, you'll notice some bubbly cumulus clouds starting to develop. Those are just a precursor of things to come throughout the rest of the afternoon and the evening. Showers and thunderstorms will begin to erupt shortly, and they will increase in coverage and intensity later this afternoon and this evening. And as you can see on the visible satellite imagery, skies are generally partly sunny across the region right now, but you will notice these brighter and more bubbly clouds starting to develop back over the central Appalachians. Those are the seeds of the showers and thunderstorms that will move north and east throughout the day and impact the lower Susquehanna Valley later this afternoon and this evening. You can already see those storms beginning to fire up across central and western parts of Pennsylvania, northeastern West Virginia, and western Maryland as well. And you'll also notice there are a few showers now starting to bubble up in parts of York and Lancaster County. Those aren't very intense right now, but I do expect the heavier showers and storms to reach western parts of the valley by 3 to 4 p.m. and then move slowly north and eastward throughout the rest of the region throughout the late afternoon and early evening hours. The atmosphere is sufficiently moist and unstable for rapid thunderstorm development and growth. I do expect the primary threats from these storms to be frequent lightning and locally torrential downpours. Rainfall rates may reach 2 inches or more in some of the most intense storms, with localized rainfall amounts today of 2 to 3 inches. So just be aware of some flooding of low-lying urban and port drainage areas during the afternoon/evening commute. However, I don't really expect too much severe weather today. This is a very weak disturbance that's triggering these storms. The severe weather threat appears greater tomorrow, as a more well-defined cold front will be the triggering mechanism for tomorrow's storms. However, there could still be some locally damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour today, but I do expect that to be the exception rather than the rule. However, that won't be the case for tomorrow. So as you take a look at the European model for 8 p.m. this evening, you will notice some showers and thunderstorms throughout the area. I do expect the heaviest stuff to generally stay north of the turnpike and west of I-83 through tonight. That won't be the case tomorrow, but today's heaviest rain and the most intense storms should generally stay over the higher terrain across the northwestern half of the lower Susquehanna Valley. You'll notice the cold front is back over the Great Lakes region this evening. That's going to dive southeastward into the Commonwealth and the Central Appalachians on Tuesday. So the severe weather threat definitely appears greater across the southern and eastern half of the state, as well as the Delmarva region tomorrow in comparison to today. As we take a look at the HER for 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, you'll notice widespread showers and strong to severe thunderstorms across much of the region. The 3K NAMs in very good agreement with the HER. There are some localized differences between the high-resolution models, as to be expected in a convective environment. But the main takeaway here is that there's going to be widespread strong to severe thunderstorms rumbling across the region, generally between 1 p.m. and 11 p.m. tomorrow afternoon and evening. So be aware of these threats if you're out on the roads. If you encounter a blinding downpour or a heavy thunderstorm, put your hazard lights on, or if possible, safely exit the highway. Also have multiple ways to receive severe weather alerts and warnings tomorrow. And if a warning is issued for your location, seek shelter immediately in an interior room or basement. Again, the main threats from the storms tomorrow will generally be the frequent lightning, heavy downpours, and localized damaging wind gusts up to and perhaps even in excess of 60 miles per hour. I don't really see a tornado threat out of these storms tomorrow. There could be some incidences of small hail as well, but generally the main threats here will be tree and power line damage from those locally damaging winds, as well as some power outages across the region. So again, just stay safe during this violent weather tomorrow. And as we move forward then into Wednesday, that cold front will finally push south and east of the I-95 corridor. Some storms may linger into Tuesday night, but I do expect clouds to finally break late Tuesday night into Wednesday. Winds will shift to the northwest in the wake of this cold front and usher drier and somewhat less humid air into the region on Wednesday. Dew points through tomorrow afternoon will be in the low to mid 70s, but by Wednesday afternoon, they should peel back in the mid to upper 60s. So it should turn out much more comfortable and tolerable during the middle of the week. So taking a look at the short-term Campus Weather Service forecast, mostly cloudy, warm and muggy tonight with scattered showers and thunderstorms, low 74, that should be a 74, not 76. Clouds and sun, hot and humid on Tuesday with strong to severe thunderstorms in the afternoon, high 88, and then turning out mostly sunny and somewhat less humid behind the cold front on Wednesday with a high of 86. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the short-term forecast. Tune back in next Monday for the latest edition. Until then, stay safe with all the adverse weather to come over the next 24 to 36 hours.